Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday, and I hope that you had a great day today and that your week was okay as well. It has been a busy day for me today because it has been my nephew's birthday. We're both at the same time. They're twins. I actually got 3 nephews, but yeah, it was the twins' birthdays today. So yeah, it was all kicking off earlier, and they're 7 years of age now, so growing up very quickly. But yeah, that meant that I was eating pizza earlier, and then I did manage to catch a little bit of the Anthony Joshua fight. Actually, I got to see all of it tonight, and yeah, just in case people are waiting to watch that and they don't know the result, I'm not going to tell you the result, but I did see that. But anyway, so it has been quite an eventful Saturday for me, and then of course getting through messages, all that kind of stuff, but also setting up tonight's live stream with you lovely people in that live chat room. Thank you for jumping in there early on tonight, and let me get you guys up on screen so we can see who is in that live chat room tonight. And let me just move it all down so that we don't have to see the vote for tonight's cover video, which is Don't Stop Believing and Don't Slow Down. So lots of don'ts, so a little bit of a negative vibe with the videos, or a bit, a bit authoritarian, would you call that? I don't know what the word is, but yeah, just telling you not to do things. Don't stop believing or don't slow down. You can vote for that. It looks like we're at 58% for Don't Stop Believing so far. So get those clicks in, and when I'm talking about clicks, if you could click that thumbs up, it'll be much appreciated. We are at 124 likes so far, so that's quite a good total already. So let's have a little look at what the target's going to be. It was 305, so I think last time it was maybe 300, so we're getting way up there with our likes totals that we're aiming for. This is why we need as many spikes to the likes as possible. So if you could hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be fantastic. Let me just call out some of your names as you do come through the door. We've got Paul and Melinda and Susan and Dennis in the house, and Fred and Beverly and Paul and Myra and Vince and Francis and Lynn and Carl and Laurie and Carla and Steve and Dad CA, maybe Dad California, and Brian and Jennifer and Bev in the house, and Mario just going through. So we all know what happens now. If everyone can say a huge hello to Mario in the live chat room. That's what we do on these here live streams whenever Mario is in the house, as he is tonight. And we can't really see Mario's guitars tonight. I think looking at the tiny screen, we've got the gem just hiding behind the like-ometer. So a huge hello to Mario, but hello to all of you guys in the live chat room. Let me get the names of my patrons up on screen, because they make everything possible in the first place with these live streams and all of the videos that I do on YouTube as well. As always, their names go across the bottom of the screen. You know who you are, and they also do pop up in that super chat window and the PayPal donations window as well. So we're going to be having a pick roulette later on tonight, because we reached the goal from last week's live stream. And my top tip for the pick roulette is Carla, because Carla organizes it all and sends out the picks, but she doesn't have a pick of her own. She hasn't won yet. So Carla is my top tip, and Carla will be in the live chat room, of course, moderating in there. And you'll also see Neil and Laurie go through there as well. Their names are in blue, and they have a wrench next to their name. So they are the moderators, and a huge shout out to them. So let me get the whole donations thing up on screen so that you know the percentages. YouTube, the super chat donations, 35 to 45% goes to YouTube, and in the PayPal window, 3 to 5% go to PayPal. So just so you guys have got a lay of the land, and there is a link to the store and the PayPal, all that stuff in the description below. There should also be the merchandise in the tray underneath this video, but if you can't see it underneath this video, then there's still that link in the description, so you can go straight through to the store, pick yourself up a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt or a hoodie or lots of other stuff. We've got mugs, and we're having a plug of the mug, even though I suspect that, let me have a little look into the donations, because I think Orlando was the first to donate tonight, and that is correct, in that super chat window for $2. Thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, I will be part of the catch-up crew. Enjoy. So thank you for that, Orlando, for the donation. And we always give a little bit of a plug of the mug when Orlando donates. So again, you can pick this up in the tray underneath this video, or just go to the spring.com store, link in the description below. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Ginny donated $5 as well. Thank you for that. And the message is, do you know if the Stones sold their music catalogue? Remember hearing Start Me Up on a old NBA game tape. Thanks. So thank you for that donation and the question. And it's not something that I've heard. And I think the thing with the Stones is, because they wrote songs sometimes together and then independently, maybe it'll be a little bit of a difficult one to just totally sell the whole catalogue, because yeah, this is where bands get into a lot of trouble just amongst themselves, trying to decide who wrote what. But yeah, all of the registered writers have all been sorted out. But what happens is, I mean, you don't have to sell your catalogue to somebody else for it to be featured on lots of different products. And that goes for computer games, adverts, movies, you name it. That just means that you're making a revenue, you're getting your royalties from it being used in those various programs. And everyone that uses your song needs to pay the royalties in order to be able to have it on their movie, or their TV show, or their product, whatever they are pushing. And generally they will need the okay from the copyright holders anyway, because especially for adverts, you can't just use something that might be for a product that goes against the personality of the band or the beliefs of the band. So you got to make sure, or the artist who wrote it, so you got to make sure that everything falls in line. So they're contacted first, and then they agree the terms on it being used, and then they take revenue from it being used on that particular advert or whatever it might be. It's pretty similar with YouTube. Whenever you feature any person's music and you don't own the copyright yourself, that person places adverts on your video and they take the revenue from the adverts. And that's basically the way that it works on YouTube. That's just part of the deal, that you can't use somebody else's music and then make money for yourself from it. And this is the thing that I think it's just reminded me of a troll that we've had recently on the channel, who's arguing that fact, but they obviously don't have, actually I know because I checked out their YouTube channel, they haven't got a large channel that's monetized, so they don't know how it works. And when you upload a video that has copyright material in it that you don't own, for example, say I'm uploading, like I always do with the analysis videos, it'll be somebody else's song. So when that song is uploaded as part of my video, before you click on public, or you can even make it public, YouTube actually has now got a warning that says you won't be eligible for any monetization or revenue, so change your video, remove copyright content in order to make money from your video. And that's something that they now put on there, but I just publish it anyway because that's the point of my videos. I'm not trying to make money from that video for myself. It's making money for the copyright owner, which I don't have a problem with. And I've said it many times before that if people want to use my music on the internet, and they have done in the past, I haven't got a problem with that, because when you are the registered copyright owner, you get the money from the ads. So it doesn't make any sense, and this is why the whole copyright block thing I don't think makes any sense on any level, because record labels and publishing companies are missing out on revenue. It's a passive income. They're not doing anything to make money from those adverts. So anyway, yeah, it just reminded me of a troll we had recently, because it's interesting, and I might be able to remember his name. It was Gary Sellers. It's something like that, maybe E-R-A-R-S. But anyway, Gary was saying, why don't I analyze my own music rather than doing all of the requests that people send in? And it's something that I don't think I can do it. I can't look at and say, on the agenda tonight, we're going to be looking at me and one of my songs, and then me getting the guitar out and saying what I love about the way that what I do is, and what I love about the way that I play is. It's just, I think anybody that probably feels like that has probably got a screw loose. So yeah, I couldn't analyze my own music night after night. I'd much rather look at other professional musicians and break down things and notice things about them that might be outside of my genre anyway. I think it's a lot more interesting to look at a lot of other musicians, because it means that you can learn a lot more from other musicians that are outside your genre who use different techniques than looking at yourself all the time. And this is what every top musician has done ever. They've looked at other artists and they have studied them, they have analysed them and tried to break down what they are doing, and they are influenced by them and then start making music of their own in exactly the same way that I have. But I'm not going to start putting my music under my own spotlight, because yeah, if I can help spread the music of other people and other bands, I think that's probably a lot better, just in every sense, because I might actually be earning them money on ad revenue. So yeah, I see it's just a win-win, I think, personally, and from a musician's perspective as well. But I think this guy isn't a musician. He doesn't know how YouTube works in terms of you can't make money from featuring other artists when they own the copyrights to their music. And in fairness, I do usually say that all of the trolls, whenever you check out their channel, they have like 2 subscribers, but Gary has 3 subscribers. So he's far surpassed that expectation, and he's been on YouTube actually since 2013 and is yet to make his first video. So he's probably just making sure he gets it exactly right. But this tends to be the case, that people do get involved in that troll kind of way. I think it's just that they don't like the fact that we've got a great community, everybody gets together, and we're just enjoying music, and they can't enjoy it for some reason, or they can't learn from other people. I don't know what it is. But anyway, just reminded me of that situation, the whole copyrights and, you know, people saying about earning lots of money with other artists or featuring other artists. You can't do that. But I think most people understand that who have larger channels. Like I said, there's a warning that actually says you're not going to make any money from this video, but then we upload it anyway, because it's all about teaching and education. That's certainly the angle that I approach it from. But anyway, thank you, Ginny, for that question and the whole copyright thing as well. And I know that there have been a couple of donations in the super chat window as well, so thank you for those. And it is Paul who has donated $5, so thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, please spike those likes and have fun in this happy place. So great idea from Paul. Hit that thumbs up, get a little spike of the likes, and see where we're at. 175 so far. And we have Mike, who has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Mike. And the message is, I think a great performance is more the magic of the moment than the measure of the man. So thank you for that, Mike. And this is another thing that when approaching a particular performance or a song in an analysis video, I think there is so much in a performance that you can't capture or get from written music. And I mean, it proves its point when you pick up books that might be, for example, a Jimi Hendrix book of, you know, how to play Voodoo Child or something, and the book will be wrong. They'll actually write the wrong notes in there. So it just goes to show that the best way to try and learn, I think, is to watch and try and absorb what you're seeing, try and listen to what you're seeing. And with my background of teaching for over 15 years, I'm hoping that I can maybe mention things that people don't notice. This is another thing that the troll said. He said, why do you need to watch somebody explain something to you? Why don't you go and learn about it yourself? And that's just a statement that's ridiculous, to say that you should learn everything yourself rather than learn from a teacher. Everybody learns from teachers. Otherwise, school wouldn't be a thing. You just say to all the students, right, go out and learn geography, learn history, learn quantum physics. Obviously, maybe not at a young age, but learn biology, learn chemistry. Just do it all yourself, because that's the best way to do it. So yeah, even that comment that that troll made, it just didn't make sense on any level. That maybe you didn't know that I've been teaching for over 15 years. And this is the point of going to somebody who maybe has some experience in that field, is that they might have taken, say for example, when I started playing guitar at age 11, by the age of 21, it might have taken me 10 years to get to a point where I realized something about the way that I was practicing, or the most effective way to do something. It means that I can teach somebody that in half an hour, rather than them spending 11 years of their life trying to figure it out. So that's why people go to teachers, because it cuts down on the amount of learning time that you'll need to elevate your skill level, and that goes for anything. But yeah, so interesting comments, if a little bit misguided. I just left a comment saying that I don't think this is the channel for you, unfortunately, and I named a few of the people that do watch the channel, professional musicians, and threw in a little quote from David Steele as well, who's a professional musician, and yeah, he's played with some top bands and top players himself. So yeah, this is just the thing. I think we will get trolls, especially considering, by the way, I haven't even mentioned it, that we are at 191,000 subscribers. I think it just clocked over to the 191 before we went live slightly earlier tonight. So a massive thank you to you guys for subscribing, for watching the videos, for hitting that thumbs up, and for joining me on these live streams as well, and making it such a great place to hang out on a Tuesday night and a Saturday night, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time, as always. So let's see where we are at with our vote. 59% don't stop believing, so don't slow down is catching up a little bit on Don't Stop Believin'. We will see where we end up with that, but currently it's going to be a little bit of journey, or at least my take on it, a little bit later on thus far. Right, I am going to be jumping into the PayPal window because we have had a donation or two in there, so thank you guys for those. Let me get this up on screen so you guys can see it as well. Hopefully that's all working. And it is Laurie, who has donated £15.38. Thank you for that, Laurie, one of our moderators in the house, as always, on the live streams. And we're going to go down to see the message. And it is in honour of my 3rd Philoversary on September 24th. I've been listening to the Darkness albums. Thanks to you, I have most of them. What are your top 3 songs of theirs? With Peace, Heart, Rock Horns, and Smiley Face. And I mean, I Believe in a Thing Called Love, obviously. I mean, that was pretty much their biggest hit here. Wow, they've got some songs like Get Your Hands Off of My Woman. I mean, maybe people don't know about the Darkness. I don't know how popular the Darkness are around the world. I know that certainly in the UK, they had a spell where I Believe in a Thing Called Love came out, and that was a huge hit. And they then had a big tour. They played at Wembley Arena, and I went to see them at Wembley Arena as well. And it was a really big stage show, and a lot of their music, because, you know, it had that kind of 80s feel to it, and it was almost like a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and that's very much their approach, with Justin at the front of the band with his falsetto as well. Yeah, Justin Hawkins, by the way, if you don't know who I'm talking about. But maybe you guys can have a search for The Darkness, because a lot of their songs are a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but the lyrical content as well, yeah, is a little bit maybe borderline sometimes as well. So yeah, trying to think of songs. I think I'll just stick with those two. I'm not gonna push myself for a third, because I'd have to rattle through, but I'd say those are the two that popped to mind that I looked forward to in terms of hearing. Okay, I'm going to throw one in here just because it's the lyrical content. I said it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek. My third choice would be Don't Let the Bells End, which was their Christmas song that they released, and that actually did all right. But as you can tell from the title of the song, you get that tongue-in-cheek approach to it. So those are my 3 choices, but thank you for that, Laurie. And it's great that you are listening to The Darkness as well. Definitely. I mean, great lead work as well. I mean, both the Hawkins guys can shred. You know, they are fantastic on that fretboard, and they've got that kind of blues influence in there, and a little bit of, you know, I mean, some of their phrasing is a little bit Jimmy Page-ish, and I know that, you know, they are massively into all the classic rock bands of yesteryear, but yeah, they have some serious skills themselves. But anyway, thank you for that, Laurie, and just going to scroll up. It's because Lisa has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Lisa, and the message is... it's just loading a bit. Are your twin nephews identical? If they are, how do you tell them apart? Well, there's an easy answer to this, because no, they're not identical. They look quite a lot different. They were just born at exactly the same time. So, well, obviously not exactly the same time. One came just before the other one, and I think it was not that you'd know, but my nephews' names are Woody and William, but I think William was the first one out from what I well, obviously I don't remember, I wasn't there. I did go to the hospital afterwards to see them, but yeah, I wasn't actually there at the birth. But they aren't identical, so they do look different. And it is interesting that the way that they've caught up with each other, Woody was very small compared to William, but now they're both the same size. And then my nephew Jack, who came along 2 years later, he's just almost like a 7-year-old, but he's only 5, because he's trying to catch up with his brothers all the time. So yeah, he's definitely very advanced for his age, and he can kick a football for miles, which is just amazing for his age. It's just actually a little bit crazy. So some of the football skills have been handed down at some point, and that's my dad's fault for playing lots of football. My dad does play football, as you guys know, when I was mentioning on the last live stream, literally Tuesday, about my legs not working because my dad wanted me to play football on Sunday morning, which I did. So anyway, thank you for that, Lisa. And I'm just going to scroll up because Karen has donated £3.49. Thank you for that, Karen. And the message is, hi Phil, I appreciate your overall genuineness. You remind me of what George Harrison said. I'd rather be a musician than a rock star. Thanks for being you. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that. And yeah, very good quote. I mean, George, if there was one, you could say that for the whole of the Beatles, but you could say if there was one band that you think it could go to their head because they were just so famous, so ridiculously popular, then it would have been the Beatles. But they just all still had that same approach of being down to earth, and George was exactly like that, fame didn't really affect him. He's just an absolutely normal guy and just a musician, and just a thoroughly nice guy. So thank you for that quote, Karen. I'm just gonna scroll that back up. So I think we are pretty much organized with everything. I can see there has been one more donation in the super chat window. We're just approaching midnight here in the UK, and where are we with the likes? 207 already. So we're looking for 98 more people to get involved in that live chat room and to hit that thumbs up to get ourselves to the Pick Roulette likes goal in order to have a Pick Roulette next week. We are going to be having one later on, so stay tuned for that. And the top tip pick for the Pick Roulette is Carla for tonight. So it means she's probably not going to win. So I did ask in the live chat room before the whole stream started who wanted to be picked, and Carla was the first one to respond. So it's her own fault. So anyway, thank you, Steve, for this $6.99 donation. And there is a message that has come with that says, hi Phil, I was wondering what type of guitar strings you used. Is there a big difference between brands? So thank you for that, Steve. And I use Ernie Ball strings myself. And I tend to, on my practice guitar, I've got 10s. On my normal guitars, well, I say normal guitars, the ones that I use regularly rather than just... I use 10s on my practice guitar that's just in my room because they're going to last longer, so it means I don't have to change them as regularly. But for my other guitars, I use 9s, and those are the Super Slinkies. I haven't got a pink packet to show you here anywhere, but sometimes there's a packet lying around somewhere. But those are the strings that I use most regularly, and basically I find that Ernie balls are ones that I started playing, and it's because my dad used those on his guitar, so I just used to use them when I was younger as well, and I never really changed. I have won strings before. I was in this Battle of the Bands competition many years ago now, probably about 10 years ago, and for finishing third we got lots of like sponsor stuff, and I think in that we had loads of D'Addario strings, so I probably went through a fair amount of those, but I just found that I was more used to Ernie Ball strings, so those are what I went with. I do use Martin strings on the acoustic guitars, so those are what I go for. And again, those are, I think, extra light, so they're 10s. And this is what I always say to people when they're learning to play the guitar. If you've just bought a guitar at a shop, then the strings on that guitar are probably going to be quite heavy, for exactly the same reason that I've got heavier strings on my practice guitar, is because you want the strings to last for ages. You don't want them to have to be changed, especially if that guitar is just hanging up on the wall and you're trying to sell it. So this is why I always say to people who are starting to play the guitar and they say, oh, my fingers hurt, it's really difficult to hold down the strings, I always say change the strings to 10s on an acoustic to give yourself a bit of a chance so that your fingers don't hurt as much. So that is something that I still follow through with now. I still have 10s on my acoustic guitars just for the playability, and especially when I was teaching a few acoustic lessons in a row, it would just be too much for my fingers, just constantly, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of involved acoustic playing, especially if there was lead work on the acoustic strings and you're having to apply any vibrato. If you're doing that constantly for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, you need light strings to just allow you to have that period of time to teach and then be able to teach the next day without your fingers just totally falling apart. So I would just say, as a rule of thumb, just if you're not too worried about having heavier strings on your guitar, and if you haven't got massive hands and you do struggle with heavier strings, then just put on some 10s on your acoustic guitar. But anyway, thank you for that donation, and that was Steve that donated $6.99, so thank you for that. We are going to be jumping into the cover for tonight. It looks like Don't Stop Believin has 61% of the vote, so keep on voting for that, because I am just going to jump into the PayPal window to look at the donation that's just come in over there. So thank you for this, Charlie, who has donated £6.99. So thank you for that, Charlie. And it is a donation with a message, and it says thank you. So thank you, Charlie, for joining me and the gang tonight in the live chat room. By the way, if this is your first live stream, then just introduce yourself to the live chat room. That's how it works here. We just all introduce ourselves. That's how everyone started out, and then we all get to know each other, and we just build this community on the live stream evenings, which are Tuesdays and Saturdays, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time. Also, there is a page over on Facebook, the Wings of Pegasus supporters group, that you can join in with if you want to. That's where I get the pictures for the live streams. If anybody uploads any pictures there, I grab them, and actually I get sent them by Vince and Carla. They link me to them, so thank you guys for doing that. But they link me to get them on the software so that I can upload it to that software for tonight's live stream. So head over to that page if you are a Facebook user, because that's where a lot of the live chat room gang hang out. It's not really a gang, more of a community. A gang sounds a little bit violent, but the community hangs out over there between live streams, so you can get involved over there as well. So I can see that likeometer creeping up, 230. Let's see if we can get a little spike of the likes. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it would be much appreciated. But let me jump into the cover video poll for tonight. It looks like we might be having a look at Don't Stop Believin. I've just stopped the poll, so we will see confirmation of the result very soon. And it does look like Don't Stop Believin had 62% of the vote, so that's the one that we are going to be looking at tonight. And there were 198 votes. So thank you everyone for voting on the poll tonight. We're going to jump into this, and obviously it's my version of it. I hope you guys enjoy it. And just while I remember, this is a cover that Neil Schon himself has watched and sent me a message about it over on Twitter and said that he enjoyed it, which, if Neil Schon says that, then Anything else doesn't matter. Anybody else's opinion, especially trolls, they love to get involved and say, oh, you're rubbish. And say, well, Neil thinks it's good, so that's absolutely fine with me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it as well, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night.
Thanks so much for watching my cover of Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. The names you can see here are my patrons. Hi patrons, thanks so much for your support and for making videos like this possible. If you want to get involved yourself and if you want to talk to me and maybe suggest some other songs that I can cover, head to this website down here, patreon.com/Pegasus. And if I don't see you on Patreon, I'll see you at the next video. Have a great day. Rock!
And there we have it. That was my version of Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. So, at the end of that video, I mentioned patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. Obviously, it was a bit obliterated, but that's where you can head over to for basically everything, just keeping up to date. That's when I do the updates on my admin days as well, to let you guys know what's happening. And at the moment, we are going to be sorting out myself and June Millington, who was in a band called Fanny. I'm not sure whether you guys have seen the videos that I've done on that band in particular on the channel, but it was originally blocked by Studio Hamburg, but now they're unblocked. So because the performances are now unblocked and I can use them on the channel exclusively, which is just amazing, I'm going to be doing an analysis and a joint analysis with June, and June, of course, was in the band with her sister Jean. So we'll be doing that next month, and I'm going to let you guys know as soon as that is in the diary, because it looks like being around mid-October that myself and June are going to be getting together, because June is currently going to some movie festivals, things like that. So she's quite busy up until the middle of October, but then we will get together and just do what I think is going to be a really interesting video, just because we get access to those performances that we wouldn't normally have access to. So I'm in a very privileged position to be able to do that, and it's going to be great to get June on the channel as well. So I'll keep you guys in the loop over at patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and pretty much anything that is happening I always mention over there anyway, as you guys know. And these people know at the bottom of the screen, my patrons. Again, massive thank you for your support and just getting involved on the channel, commenting, liking, subscribing as well. Getting us up to 191,000 subscribers, which is again another crazy number, but we'll keep on going, see where we end up. And where are we with our likes? 247, 248, just as I said that. So we are pretty close. That is 57. Is it 57 to get to our likes goal? It's the maths test again, the only maths test I get during the week, apart from a Tuesday when I'm trying to work out the difference between the likes goal and how many likes we've got. But it looks like it's going to be, 56 is what we're looking for. So if there are a few people in that live chat room who haven't hit that thumbs up yet, now is a great time to do it. We've probably got another 35 minutes left of the live stream, if my maths is correct even doing that. We finish at about 1:15, and we've still got the pick roulette to get through as well. But let me just get into the super chat donations, because a few have come in there, so thank you guys for those. And the message, or the donation, has come in from Rich, who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Rich. And the message is, your fave guitar intro between Eric Johnson's Cliffs of Dover, Van Halen's cover of You Really Got Me, and Van Halen's Hot for Teacher. Have an opinion? Question mark. So thank you for that, Rich. And, I mean, this is quite difficult to choose between. I mean, Eric Johnson's Cliffs of Dover is just so melodic. I mean, I just kind of love that as a piece, an instrumental piece, but just the way that it's thrown together. I mean, Van Halen, I'm a huge fan of as well. So what I love about Hot for Teacher, and, well, really got me as well, is the, caution to the wind, especially on Hot for Teacher, because with that, I mean, Eddie just played through exactly the same shape, which was first finger, second finger, little finger, and descended that same shape across, I think, 5 strings. It might even have been all 6 strings, but he then took it all the way down to the main riff. So he's not even really worried about the notes that he's playing. He's just keeping that same shape and descending. So I love the way that he just throws caution to the wind like that. And then when you kind of figure it out, you go, wow, what are those notes that he's playing? And he's just descending through that shape. So it's really cool, to hear that. But I mean, You Really Got Me was a totally different take on that song. And it was, more like just a heavier version of it with, the pinched harmonics in there as well. So I would probably have to go for maybe the Hot for Teacher intro just because it's so random the way it goes down, but also it's just full of impact, and when you factor in the drums as well being so in your face and up front, the tapping as well, that whole tapping, the ascending tapping into the final run, then we get basically the riff of the song that then goes into a little bit of a breakdown. So Hot for Teacher, again, getting to the clean guitar with the sound of everyone in the classroom. So, it's just a bit of a fun song, so I do enjoy that one. But anyway, thank you for that, Rich. And Steve has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, keep on rocking, Phil, with some guitars. So thank you for that, Steve. I will do. And Carl has just donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Carl. The message is, still hoping for a Cross the Pond Phil Fest. Hopefully soon. If not, go for some Chinese takeaway. So thank you for that, Carl. And I have beaten you to it. I had Chinese takeaway on Thursday because I hadn't had it in ages. And I've now been, filled up with some Chinese food. And I probably won't have it for another very long time. And earlier today, is a very early lunch for me. Actually, I had pizza because it was my nephew's birthday, and pizza was what I ordered from the place that we went to eat. So, things pretty much back to normal here in the UK with the food, restaurants, going to places, and we don't have to wear masks, but the people serving do wear masks and are just keeping everything as safe as possible. But I think a lot of the public here and pretty much the whole population, a vast majority of it have had at least one, if not two jabs. So hopefully, I've got to check the numbers of the whole COVID thing, but certainly today was almost like a normal day going out for a meal. Obviously, the tables were socially distanced, so you're quite far away from anybody else. But it was good to go out for a meal, and that's what I had. Pizza, and then honeycomb shortcake. Shortcake? Cheesecake. It was cheesecake, not shortcake. So honeycomb cheesecake for pudding, which was absolutely amazing, and probably I would say between 500 to 700 calories, and that's me talking from a nutritionalist point of view, having studied nutrition at university as part of my sport and exercise science. I would say it tasted like between 500 and 700 calories. So, quite decadent, but it was very nice indeed. Once maybe one of those maybe a week. No, actually, one of those a month. Maybe you could get away with, or it's probably better just once a year. Because it's so many calories. That'll see me through until Christmas, which actually isn't very far away. But anyway, thank you for that, Carl, for that Chinese donation. Maybe I can have another one. I'll just put it in a pot at the side so that I can have it ready for the next time I fancy some Chinese. But thank you for that, Carl. And we've had another donation in the PayPal window as well. So thank you for these donations, everybody in the live stream tonight. Sue has donated £20 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. And it is a straight up donation without a message, but thank you for that. And we have another donation that's come in from Fred. So thank you for this, Frederick, £34.95. So thank you for that, Fred. And the message is, thoroughly enjoy your entertaining / enlightening videos from Texas, USA. Keep them up, Fred. So thank you for that. And I will keep on making the videos as long as people are requesting them and are enjoying them. And, I don't see any problem with just keeping going and just trying to teach as much as possible through the analysis videos and hopefully point out a few things that people haven't noticed before, whether it be playing wise or just from a live performance perspective. But anyway, thank you for that, Fred. And I'm just going to scroll up because I think we're pretty much up to date now with the donations, which is great. And we are at 283 likes at the moment. So if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, we can close in on the 305 that we're looking for tonight, which is a hefty target, but it looks like we are only 21 behind hitting that target. So fingers crossed, we will see. If you have not used your thumbs up token yet in the live stream, if you could do that, it would be fantastic to get a spike of the likes at this point in the live stream. So what we are going to do is maybe jump into the pick roulette. We jump into the picture first that we're going to be showing, and this has been uploaded to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook by Karen, and I think it's a picture that's got a bit of a story to it because Karen made one of these before and I showed it on screen. And let me see if I can get this on screen as well for all you guys to see. So here is the picture, and it is working, and it was a little bit small on my screen, so I'm going to have to try and maximize this without ruining everything, and that could be actually wishful thinking. Right, here we go. So it says, Chipper wanted to rock out with Phil because he'd recognized him in his live streams. Hence, Chipper wanted to express his gratitude. Phil graciously granted his wish. Chipper kept glancing at Phil's coiffure with interest. Perhaps he was thinking about bonding time with a gentle preening of that lovely mane. So thank you for that. And it says at the top, Chipper rocking out with Phil. And there we can see me with lots of rock horns in each corner of the screen. And then Chipper is saying rock, sitting on my shoulder there. So thank you for that, Karen, for uploading that. I've now got to try and reorganize the screen so that it doesn't make everything disappear. And I can hopefully come back to me on the screen. And there we are. So we are back. But thank you, Karen, for that. And Karen's done one of those before, so another little episode in her pictures of Chipper featuring with me. And Chipper is a fan of the live streams, gets involved, watches and sings along to the songs. So thank you, Karen, for that. So we are going to be jumping into the pick roulette for tonight. So everybody brace themselves. Obviously, Carla, commiserations already, because Carla's our top tip for tonight to win. But as I have a 0% winning streak, it's not a streak because I've got a 0% streak, so it means it doesn't even exist. But good luck to all of you guys who are on that wheel, who did enter last week by typing I agree and then tagging Carla Murray after the live stream pick roulette, because that's the way that it works. We're going to get everything up on screen now. Fingers crossed that it is your lucky night, whoever you may be, and I will see you guys after this. Rock! So here we have it, the pick roulette wheel, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's now 6 t-shirt segments on the pick roulette wheel. So we're trying to increase the chances of somebody going away with the custom made bleached Wings of Pegasus logo t-shirt that is signed as well. So we're just increasing those chances now with 6, but we'll see what happens. If this is your first pick roulette, what we have is the names on the wheel, of course, of everybody. We're going to shuffle them 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and we're going to give the wheel a spin, see who's going to win. And it goes around very fast. And I didn't even look out for Carla's name on the wheel, but it will be on there somewhere. Maybe we can, I spy with our eyes, see if we can find Carla's name on there. It's going around. Okay, Mimi's just gone past. Jill, Mary. I haven't seen Carla's name anyway yet. Leanne, Charlie, and is that Lizzie, Karen, Sandra? Is it going to get as far as Sandra? It might well do. And there it is. So, congratulations to Sandra, and commiserations again to everybody else but Carla as well. I retain, I guess I am on a 0% streak because there's been multiple times that I haven't picked the correct winner. So commiserations to Carla, but that was all predictable anyway. And Sandra is the winner for tonight. So Sandra, if you can let yourself be known in the live chat room, that would be great, so that Carla can organise everything with you in order to send you the signed Wings of Pegasus pick and get that off in the post to you. So congratulations again to Sandra and commiserations to everybody else. As I always say at this point, if you want to double your chances of winning, we have another pick roulette on Tuesday nights. So make sure that you tune in and choose to stay as long as the pick roulette. So then you can enter in afterwards by typing I agree and tagging Carla Murray's name in your comment. And that will be a surefire win to double your chances of winning. Let me get everything back to normal on screen while I compose myself and try and just explain everything about the pick roulette, but I think you guys know how it works. We do it, in terms of the entrance, we do that after the pick roulette has happened. So, for example, now we've just gone past, that is probably quite good timing, we've gone past the pick roulette likes goal for tonight. So, thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up and getting us past that target. Of course, you can still keep on hitting that thumbs up if you want to. It really helps this channel to grow and for these live streams to get out there as well. The catch-up crew, if you're watching this in the future, you can still hit those thumbs up because that really does help as well. So, it means that now you can type I agree and tag Carla Murray in your comment in order to get your name on next week's pick roulette. And I'm going to type at Carla, and then I'm going to make sure that I click on the box first so that it actually registers while I'm typing. At Carla Murray, and I click on her name. So now Carla's tagged, and type I agree. But as I always say at this point in the live stream, you'll see my comment going through the live chat room, but you'll see everybody else's. They're tagging Carla Murray, and they're typing I agree. Exclamation marks are optional. You can put those in if you want to, but as long as you type that Carla Murray, tag her, and then type I agree, you'll get your name on the pick roulette for next week. So that's what everybody's doing here. Just follow what everybody else is doing and you will be on there. So we are going to be jumping into probably maybe a couple of videos if we have time. I just want to address over on PayPal. There has been another donation in there, I believe. So let me just get to that first, because it is Mario who has donated £150. Thank you so much for that, Mario. Again, a very nice, very kind, nice sentiment and donation. Just sending me the guitars as well. A huge hello to Mario as always. It's not a Saturday night live stream without Mario in the house. And Mario has said, hi Phil. Great to see your subscribers are climbing. Well deserved, mate. Cheers, Mario, with a smiley face as well. So thank you so much for that, Mario. And if you haven't said hello to Mario in that live chat room, then make sure that you do, because that's what we do in these here live streams when Mario is in the house tonight. That's like a little bit of an echo there on my in the house, which is a very cheap way. Rather than spending a lot of money on delay, pedals, and processors, just repeat the words yourself and you save a lot of money, but probably don't do that if you want to put on quite a good show and get a good sounding vocal. I'm trying to think of, there's a movie that's popped into my mind that I can't remember what it is, but he repeats his voice as the delay in order to pretend that there is delay on his voice or that he's saying something over a huge arena type PA. And I can't remember what the film is, but that's something that's just popped into my head. But moving on, there has been another donation. It is Lois who has donated £5.49. Thank you for that, Lois. And the message is, sorry, I have to miss the live. We'll be on the catch-up crew with some rock horns. So, hello, Lois. Thank you for that donation, even though you're going to be tuning in later on. Hello to you later on in the day or evening, morning, whatever the time is where you are. Thank you for that donation. And hello again to you people in that catch-up crew, the catch-up crew members who are watching this slightly later on. Like I said, if you can keep on hitting that thumbs up, that would be fantastic, because every thumbs up counts. So, thank you for the donations tonight. I am just going to jump into the post over on Patreon to see what we've had requested. Kevin has requested Running Blind. I'm just wondering if we could fit in maybe a couple of videos. We've got about 15 minutes before the end of the live stream. So it's going to give you guys a chance to type in I agree in the live chat room to get your names on the pick roulette for next week. but we will see what we can see over on Patreon as to what's been requested. So, Running Blind, Amelia, Running Blind again, Don't Cry, Hero, Greed. Okay, this is a little bit of Hero, that's metal. So lots of Greed's been requested again there, but then Amelia's been requested again. Okay, so, and Hero's been... Okay, right, I'm going to have to take a bit of a gamble. I'm going to go for Hero because lots of different songs have been requested tonight over on Patreon, so thank you guys for that. And I have actually reorganized the stream to have my boxes a little bit more clearly labeled. So I should be able to just click on my song called Hero and it should play. So fingers crossed this will work. By the way, Orlando's just donated $2. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, I am at work, but dropping in to say hi. So, hello, Orlando. Everyone can say hello to Orlando as well. Just popping in from work. And hopefully where he works won't notice that he's popping into the live stream and getting paid to do it. But more than welcome to see Orlando, and more than welcome everybody in the live chat room. Thank you for joining me on these live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. It's great to interact with you guys in a live setting on these live streams. But anyway, let's jump into Hero. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Hero, which you can pick up at wingsofpegasus.com if you want to. wingsofpegasus.com/music to go to my album, my songs. If you want to download anything individually, you can do that as well. There's also merchandise on the website, and that's wingsofpegasus.com/merch. If you want to head to that page, and that's where Carla has the earrings and necklaces, all that kind of stuff. If you want to pick up any Wings of Pegasus merch like that, there's also guitar picks, all that kind of stuff. So head over there if you want to pick up that or any music. Anyway, let me get that off the screen because it seems like there were a lot of requests for the real life story that is the Italian, the drummer that we were going to have in our band. But anyway, let me not ruin the story before we even get there, just in case you haven't seen this real life story before, one of the fill tunes as they've now been called. But before we do that, let me just jump into the PayPal window because there's been a donation in there. Actually, a couple of donations. Beth has donated £10.48. Thank you for that, Beth. And the message is, "Hi Phil and everyone, enjoying an outdoor concert with friends, but I wanted to say hello. I'll be on the catch-up crew." So thank you for that, Beth, and I hope that you're having a great time at the outdoor concert and that it's not raining. But thank you for that donation and for catching up later on. I'll see you a little bit later, even though I'm here now, but you know what I mean. So thank you for that, Beth. And just to scroll up because Karen has donated £2.10. Thank you again for that, Karen. And the message is, "Hi Phil, Chipper says hi and thanks for showing him on the live stream. Here's his donation. Rock on, Karen." So thank you for that. And it seems like Chipper is very organised and is probably quite wealthy. I wonder how much birdseed you could get for that. I don't know how much birdseed costs. So anyway, Chipper living the high life. But thank you for that, Karen. And let me get everything organised so that we can jump into the real life story that is called The Italian. By the way, this is pretty much going to be the last call to type "I agree" in the live chat room. So make sure that you do that before the end of the live stream in order to get your name on the pick roulette wheel for next week, because we have reached our target of 305 likes tonight. We are at 322. But of course, you can still hit that thumbs up and increase the total. It really does help the channel to grow as a whole, as we are now at 191,000 subscribers, which is crazy, but we will keep on going. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's jump into this. It's a real life story, one of my real life stories called The Italian. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after. Rock.
That sounds absolutely excellent. We'll get the next train down and meet you at the Fox.
What the heck was that all about?
That was the excellent Italian drummer we were hoping to hear from. He loves our songs and can't wait to meet. He's really keen. We're going to London tonight to meet at the Intrepid Fox. We'll get the train. He said he definitely wants the drummer position in the band.
Ruddy heck, that is awesome. Finally, someone keen enough to meet and get things rolling.
I am amazed at how empty this carriage is. It must be a lucky day.
Yes, this is very rare. Normally I would not know where to look and have somebody sneezing and coughing in my face.
Not to mention, of course, the regulation bum guff released into the airtight carriage, making breathing impossible. I'm actually really looking forward to tonight. I think this guy could be the guy we need. From what I've heard, he really wants to be in the band.
Well, certainly the example of him drumming that he sent us wasn't entirely retarded. Finally, it seems our luck is changing.
I definitely think this was a fantastic use of my last £15 of the month. I don't mind being skinned if it means we have a decent drummer.
Yes. I'm certain he will appreciate us spending £15 each and taking this 2-hour train journey to meet with him.
Precisely. Imagine if this was all for nothing. Ha ha ha. That would be so funny, I would probably guff my own bum.
Ha ha ha, yes indeed. From what he has said, there is no way this could ever end in a clap to the face.
We must be nearly there, as the people are starting to stare at us less and also the women are becoming more attractive.
Yes, you are correct. Here we are. Remember to try to avoid eye contact with the busker just in case. Here we are. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this day all my life, in a way.
I suggest you keep talk like that to a minimum around here. You sound like a hormone sensual, not a metal rock death voodoo punk of death. Let's go inside. Wowzers. Heck, this place looks a lot more realistic on the outside.
Hey there guys, you are looking for me. I think I want to say, are you Phil?
Yes, I am. I recognize that Italian accent. You must be Alessandro.
That is not an Italian accent.
Shut your guff trap, you're breaking the illusion. Right, let's get a proverbial beverage and talk band business.
Sounds good to me.
Well guys, we certainly are having a great luck. And getting on like fantastic chums. I like the vibe we are producing with our verbal interactions.
Can I just say guys, you are amazing. And I would love to join the band. I'm in this for the big time. Whatever it takes.
It's only been 10 minutes, but I think we all want to move in the same direction and get this show on the road.
We've been searching so long, but finally it has paid off. I think there are some great times ahead.
Oh, do shut up. I'm seriously starting to worry about you. Now, let's talk business. Shall we get a rehearsal booked for say 2 weeks' time?
Well, in 2 weeks I'm heading back to Italy. So, that is not too good for me.
Absolutely no problem. When are you back from Italy? We'll organize it for that week.
Yes, the problem is I'm not sure I'm coming back to England.
Ha ha ha. I hope to heck that you are pulling on my proverbials.
No, I'm serious. It is unlikely I'll be coming back.
Heck. Are you actually demented in the head? How the absolute guff are you going to gig with us when you are in a different country?
Oh yes, I can see that will be a problem. I hope I haven't wasted your time.
Oh no, not at all. We love to travel for 2 hours on the train, spending our money on train tickets and a beer for you, just for you to frig us in the guff, right? Well, we are going to leave now for the 2-hour journey back home. I sincerely do hope you get home safely to your flat just around the corner. Come on, let's get the guffing heck out of this vicinity before I lose my temper and tell him to frigging naff off back to Italy.
It's lucky it's all on film, or else nobody would ever believe this actually happened. Unbelievable.
What an absolute waste of time and money. To top it all, I had to spend my last 30 pence at the Paddington toilets. What a rip-off. I can't believe he spun me that guff about wanting to make it big with us. This is the worst day of my life.
And there we have it. That was one of my real life stories. So thank you guys for requesting that on very short notice. We have just about finished it. Well, we've just about finished the live stream, but we've just about fit it into the end of the live stream. So we've got an extra song and a cartoon in there as well, or Phil-toon, as you guys call them. So, yeah, thanks for choosing that one. And at some point, I probably would like to get back to doing the cartoons. There are so many things that I would like to be doing, but I always run out of time. So I'd really like to get back to maybe doing some more stories, because there are 4, I think, that we've seen on the live streams. There was one extra one that I don't have access to because it's on my old computer, and the old computer just doesn't start up anymore, it just overheats and then dies. So maybe, I don't know, in the future I can do some more of those. But the problem is that the software that I use to do those, the cartoon, has changed its design. Even though the voices are the same, the characters will look different. So I'm not sure how that would work. But rest assured, I still have plenty of stories from my time gigging. Just ridiculous stories that you wouldn't believe unless they were in a real life story, like the stories that I've shown you guys so far from those 4 fill tunes. But anyway, just to jump into the PayPal window, because we have had another donation in there, and then there has been another one in the Super Chat donation as well. So I'm just going to address those before we call it a night for tonight. It is Patricia who donated £3, so thank you for that, Patricia. And the message is, I'll watch this live stream on catch up. I came in time for pick roulette. My daughter and her hubby drove from GA today. GA, what is that? Maybe Georgia? I don't know. Today for my mum's 85th birthday party here in Florida. Just got home from mum's party. Pizza for us too. Rock on, Phil. So pizza is the birthday meal of the day. So thank you for that, Patricia. And I don't know, unfortunately, the letters for the states. So that's my just guess that I've had to throw in there. But I know Florida, so I think that's just FL, isn't it? I know Florida just purely because I went to Disney World when I was very young. So that's pretty much the only place that I've been to in the USA. And that is true up to this time. And I would like to go back to Florida at some point. And I would like to go back to Disney World and check out all of the theme parks and rides and all that kind of stuff. So maybe at some point in the future that can happen. But anyway, thank you for that, Patricia. And just jumping into the Super Chat donation, Jan has donated 30 Norwegian kroner as well. So thank you for that, Jan. And it's the guy doing the big thumbs up. So thank you for all your very kind donations tonight. Oh, by the way, let me just show that up on screen because that didn't, or it wasn't at least being shown. Patricia's donation there, which is the donation, and there is the message. So you guys can read it if you want to. But thank you, Patricia, for that, and Jan for that very kind donation. All of you guys who have donated tonight, again, it really helps me to keep everything going, buying hard drives, buying adapters, such as, let me just show you guys, I can literally reach over and show you an adapter that I've had to buy to get my Thunderbolt connection for my Mac Pro 2013 to work with a hard drive that I bought. But then this is the thing with Apple. They make a connection for a connection for a connection. So you have to keep on buying their connectors in order to keep everything going. But without your support, I would be up against it, having to buy adapters and keeping everything going and buying hard drives and everything that I need in order to keep just moving forward with all the live streams, getting the now 2 internets that I have. This is another thing that last night, the internet, one of my internets went down. So it meant that I could flip over to the next internet. So I didn't have to not release a video, but because of your support, I can pay the monthly the monthly charge for 2 separate internet providers so that I've got a backup if I need it, which happened yesterday. So there's another example of something that normally I just would have gone silent because my internet wasn't working. So I wouldn't have even been able to update saying, sorry guys, no video tonight, my internet's crashed. But I could flip over to the other internet, which was working, my backup, and still upload a video. So again, massive thank you to you guys. All of your donations make such a huge difference to allowing me to just keep on going with the channel. When something like that happens, I can have enough to get a backup system in place and just have enough support from you guys over on Patreon as well. So you really are just such a huge part of the day-to-day running of everything that I do on YouTube, but also everywhere on the internet with my website and everything like that. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. I'm going to be seeing you again tomorrow night with another analysis video, and then I'll see you again live Tuesday night. So if you can join me on Tuesday, that'd be great. Double your chances of winning in the pick roulette. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up tonight and getting us to that target. If you are available on Tuesday, I will see you then. But if not, I'll see you in the comment section of tomorrow night's analysis video. And stay safe, follow the advice from your government, whatever they're advising that you do with the masks, the social distancing, all of that kind of stuff. Getting your vaccines if it's being offered, if that's something that, is possible. I still think here in the UK, everybody pretty much is getting it and just really doing all that they can to stop the spread of it, but also to protect themselves, because I think certainly people with the vaccine, the numbers that are passing away from COVID are reducing. Even though you can still get it, I think there's a lot higher chance that you can survive COVID having the vaccines. That's certainly what the figures suggest here in the UK. But anyway, whatever your governments are suggesting you do, then just do your best to try and help and just keep this thing from spreading. So stay safe, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for an analysis video, and I'll see you live on Tuesday as well. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!